Please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic?
I'm just going to be brutally honest with you guys in a way that I can't be publicly. I can trust you guys with this.
I have a sneaky feeling, since this has made its way from Telegram to Twitter, your attempt at being honest in a more discreet manner fell on deaf ears because somebody leaked this anyway. For those who don't know, last week I made a video on the crypto scam that Boogie promoted. Now there is some fallout between this video and my last video, in fact. The one I'm now responding to, this short clip that was shared on Telegram. There's more, don't worry. We will get through some of that fallout as well, and consequences, because Boogie responds in a typical Boogie way.
But the reality of it is, I'm fat and weird and autistic, and I used to be one of the top YouTubers, right?
Neither mental health disorder nor weight played a part in the reason you were such an endearing character, although your weight loss journey attempt at it was certainly something many championed. It was the person you were on camera, who at that point came across as very genuine. There have been some rather decent documentary videos done on you, showing who you were then and who you are now. Who you are now is who you always were then, but then it was more controlled. Now though, as you've gotten a lot older, you are more inclined to be more of this person, the OG version of you, the real you, than the character you portray, because the inconsistencies that demonstrated in the content and in your behaviour on places like Twitter, you can't control it anymore. Again, don't use autism and weight as a shield, or as an excuse for why or reason why people are going in on you.
And these people can hate that a fat guy is successful. These people hate that a weird autistic guy was ever successful as them, right?
No offense intended here, but there are many creators on this platform that are autistic. They don't use it as a shield, it's just a part of who they are. Some are very obviously autistic, diagnosed, they'll tell you in fact. Others, less obvious. Different behavioural patterns is after all a spectrum. Please don't use this as a shield. Your criticism is because you promoted a scam. Straight up, you promoted a scam.
And I made a few mistakes along the way, and they capitalized on it. And when a situation like this comes up, where it's BOOGIE2988, the guy they've all been bullying for the last 6 years.
The issue with the mistakes that you have made, Boogie, over the years include things that are criminal. In the online space, we're not stupid. Oddly enough, it's those very people that are autistic that took the liberty of pointing out certain laws you broke. You yourself have been too open and frank with your personal life. Your oversharing has been your undoing, especially when, as mentioned, contradictions became apparent.
And crypto, which is not understood by the normies. Hell, I barely understand it. I'm getting an education as we go.
Now this statement in your little video here that you posted to Telegram confuses me, because you promoted a cryptocurrency thing, a meme coin as you yourself put it, called Faddy. Okay, if you don't understand cryptocurrency, why would you promote it? Beyond, you know, the 10k used for your, as you said, your cancer treatment, which we're going to go through some of that in a moment as well, because there are additional contradictions that make you look a bit stupid. Never promote something you do not fully understand. Regardless of, it's just a joke, bruh, you need to understand it.
You combine those two things together and they have a rock solid platform to all over me and all over this community.
I should state then, to try and differentiate myself from others, of course, I do not blame your audience for being gullible enough to believe you, or endorse or enable you. What you do is solely with the responsibility of yourself. What others choose to do because of you is their personal choice as well, and I'm not here to criticize them, although there are points of contention that certainly can be raised. We'll save it for a video for another day. Essentially, the onus of your mistakes is on you.
And I think it's fascinating that some of you guys are fighting back. And I genuinely am surprised that the rest of the crypto community isn't joining you and fighting back by buying this coin and getting on social media and getting in the comment section of these videos and setting these motherfuckers straight.
The thing is, people within crypto communities, like any community, are they going to really want to invest their money into something that isn't going to grow? As you yourself mentioned when you first promoted it, you outright stated on Twitter the value is going to go down because of what it is. Why are people in the crypto community going to want to back this? This risks poisoning the well for them and their portfolios. They'd rather have stonks than memes, I would assume. And to those defending you they're well within the right to do so, but they themselves have to be careful. They've got to be willing to fight this fight for you, which is not something I would want to do personally. Fight this fight for you when you've been busy deleting and U-turning on everything.
Because someone needs to. And I hope this coin's success proves them wrong right to their goddamn faces. Not just about crypto, not just about this coin, but hopefully about me.
In the context of what this is, where you got paid 10 grand to promote a scam, you want it to succeed. Congratulations. That's quite the endorsement, especially when this is all, essentially, as you yourself put it at the end there, about you. Something which I can fully understand from your perspective of, oh, I'm so tired, I've been criticised too much. Which is the truth. You have been criticised quite a bit. The majority of it is quite fair. You even get flack from your own closest allies, friends, people you work with, colleagues, because of what this is. So, I've responded to something put out very recently. It was tweeted out very recently anyway by Chris the Nazi Nar. This was yesterday. I want to go back a couple days and show you what Boogie was doing over the weekend, so you can understand why this video even exists in the first place. So after getting a considerable amount of heat, Boogie started to delete tweets. I have some of the tweet images. Mercifully, archive is still ass though. So I'm going to read one of the tweets that has been deleted. You know what? If I'm effed anyways, I'm releasing a video asking crypto bros to pump my coin to annoy the internet. CoffeeZilla says I might be going to jail, so I'm already effed. May as well find money to hire my lawyers. Let's go. $Faddy at Faddy2988. Reply underneath, where's the checkmark, Boogs? Boogie, no clue. I think I cancelled it at some point. It's stupid anyway. I don't make anything back. Now, there's a point to this. It's a pointless expense. I don't see the point in having X premium or anything like that. I'd rather earn a verification, which you can't do anymore, really. Turns out, though, that's not the case with Boogie. It's not him being responsible. He got reported, so he lost his checkmark for a time. Optimus. Boogie2988 just deleted days worth of incriminating tweets regarding his Faddy token scandal. Luckily, I archived everything over that time period for my upcoming video. Awesome stuff. Included is a thread with a bunch of images, and this is where we're going to go because Boogie's not happy because of Metica. Boogie, to answer some of what Metica has to say. Yes, I have cancer and my specific type of cancer really needs you to lose weight if you want to survive it. My doctor prescribed Zepbound to get it done to increase my chances of avoiding a stroke or heart attack. But still about it, I shouldn't be about that, huh? 2. He continues in on the comments to admit he promoted his scheme to pay for medical bills and tests. Image. Yes, the entire reason I did the silly crypto bit was to be able to pay for that blood test, colonoscopy and bone density tests. Probably not something I should type lol about though. 3. He admits Metica's criticism is correct and claims he told his development team to burn his 2% overall stake in the crypto. Boogie. F it, Metica was right. I just told me dev team to burn my entire holding of crypto. Hold for proof? Hold for proof, yes, that's it. 4. Despite initially telling CoffeeZilla he had 2% stake he didn't have access to and were nothing good for him, he admits there are scenarios in which he would sell his stake in Faddy token. Boogie, I will never sell my 2% unless if idiots want to be broke so bad it goes to $1 million market cap. Then and only then, until then I hold it till 0. 5. Boogie continues to claim the commentary community pretends to not see the joke. Boogie, retweeting Morshu. See, this guy gets the joke. I think most people do. It's wild seeing the commentary community pretend they don't. We see the joke and understand the joke. We don't agree with the joke. 6. Boogie claims he and his dev team burned 50 million token in this video, which is coincidentally also deleted. Boogie claims the value for the tokens has gone up. This directly contradicts multiple statements he made saying he wasn't trying to make anyone money. Proof of that from a video obviously since deleted, but it's okay because the video is in the next tweet.
Hey, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Good. See, that's somebody that gets the fatty lifestyle. Do nothing and you'll be nothing. And that's the way you want to be. I see that a lot of you bought my coin because you want to be a broke, fat like me. Well, guess what? I'm going to give you your first challenge. If you're holding my coin, your coin's value just went up. I had my team burn 50 million tokens. That way you have to work even harder to be a broke, fat like me. A lot of people wanted to know how much coin I'm holding. 2% of the coin belongs to me. And people ask me, why didn't you sell it at the top? The answer is simple. I'm riding it to 0, baby!
This Twitter thread goes on for over 20 points, 25 to be exact. And that is interesting, because we're going to go through all of them. Boogie calls himself basically YouTube that person, and says everyone making videos criticizing him lost. It's sting... what? About 5-6 years into it, he then contradicts this claim by wishing the audiences would get tired of it, so commentators will stop calling him out. Proof of that, again, Boogie basically confirming. 9. Boogie claims 0 of his fans will be invested into the shitcoin, but crypto millionaires losing their money happens all day, every day. Now this is a point he actually made, as you see in the image. He made this in the original video he did on the channel, on his channel, talking about Faddy. He wanted wealthy crypto donors to back it, because if they lose money, it's totally fine. I don't think it's okay for anyone to lose money, personally, but that's just me. Point 10. Boogie continues to deflect criticism with his girlfriend. Boogie. 90% of these comments are just people mad that a fat man can keep a beautiful woman happy for a full year, so much copium. 11. Boogie falsely claims Muta made a DAP threat against him and copes that Muta wishes his cancer would win. Now this is because Muta had said he was rooting for the cancer. Boogie said, some people are not taking this whole fatty coin thing well. Threats and wishing cancer on people is wild, but it's Muta, so what else would you expect? I'll be honest, a lot of people backed what he said. 12. Boogie attempts to capitalize on the drama with a lolcow livestream in the midst of the 2024 presidential debate. The stream does not start in 20 minutes. The chat was near universally against Boogie and the video is now removed from the channel. You need to pick your times better. I'd heard about you doing this stream, but didn't get to it. 13. Boogie continues to try and gaslight people into believing him, promoting the Faddy token scam is just a joke, bruh. Boogie, to prove that it's a joke, to prove I never had any intention of cashing in the coin. Reply, there isn't a joke though, is it? You basically did a Schrodinger's douchebag where people called you out on your shit and you're now going, no, I was only joking, please don't criticize me, you're pathetic. Reply, watch the original video and you tell me if it was serious or not. Now I do agree, it was a parody styled video. The problem you have is, you have admitted to benefiting monetarily from it. So, is it a joke or not? 14. Boogie makes fun of Mr. Metka for his battle with cancer, which Metka claimed tonight is painfully killing him. Intriguing considering just hours before Boogie was coping about Muta being a meanie for wishing his cancer would win. Boogie did in fact do this, and Boogie is a hypocrite. Image underneath, confirming. 15. Boogie's last tweet for the night continues to gaslight people into believing the commentary community is witch hunting him for calling him out on this. The image included Boogie. Okay, last tweet. Last week? Oh, last week for the night. Okay. I genuinely can't believe any of these content creators capitalized not content, are stupid enough to think a single person was going to follow my crypto advice after I lost everything. They know it's a joke, and they're playing you as idiots. They are rage baiting you. You made 10 grand, Boogs. Don't let them. What's even funnier is they've turned this dumb meme into a real coin and people are starting to invest in it. How's that for irony? They are the reason this will move again, not me. I tanked it originally, of course I did. That was the joke. You still made 10 grand off of something and tried to promote it to your audience. 16. Boogie claims if he farted in public, Muta would say he gave people cancer. Accompanying image to support this. There are certain areas of desperate cope Boogie is demonstrating in his non-personaed tweeting. 17. Boogie, despite seething about the numerous expos uploads on him, now rejoices as the coin he burned his stake in gains value after hundreds of thousands of new people become aware of the scam. Boogie, during and after all these YouTube videos that came out today, the coin is doing better than it has in days. Y'all buying it, I presume to piss off the people making videos, LOL. I don't think that's why. 18. Boogie continually makes the claim that he told everyone not to buy it, so therefore he isn't culpable. Obviously, his plea to ignorance is no actual defense, and it's a bold-faced lie. He knew what he was doing, and he admits it several times by accident. He retweeted Xylee, who had the analytics, because of a retweet of CoffeeZilla, and he said, I literally told everyone not to buy it because you would go broke if you did. So I'm not surprised at all it's worthless. Of course it was. I told you it would be. 19. Boogie responds to CoffeeZilla by saying, isn't it strange? I've given the entire contact info for the mastermind behind this coin and Coffee refused to even speak to him. I wonder why. CoffeeZilla doesn't have to talk to them because you're the person that faced this. You are the person people want to speak to about this. 20. Boogie gets absolutely felted by Optimus. Well, it's always nice to throw yourself in there somewhere, isn't it, Optimus? And proof of that again, yes. Boogie got a little bit of a spanking, along with getting spanked in point 21 by Nick Diorio. But Boogie goes, I genuinely thought if I said don't buy it, people wouldn't buy it. Point 22, Boogie claims he's going to burn his stake because it's the right thing to do. He has repeatedly, before this defended his actions, claimed he was misled, trying to pay hospital bills, trying to foster a community. 23. Boogie is labelled a sociopath. This isn't entirely inaccurate, is it? I mean, I tend to agree with the brackets perhaps accurately, but I'm not a doctor and therefore not going to be the type to say, oh, you must be it because the internet told me. 24. Boogie put out a piss-poor statement that I had thoroughly checked to make sure he didn't write it with AI. Obviously the statement went horribly and nobody was buying. This is in 8 parts, and it's the final part. In the last few days I have learned a lot about the internet, myself and crypto. My intent by launching a meme coin was to make people laugh and happy. I also wanted to give millionaires who like meme coins a new toy to play with. I also wanted to create a community among those people who interact with, as I have through the lolcow live community. To say I missed the mark is an understatement for sure, but some of the people that are angry for some weird reasons. This never targeted fans. In the 90 seconds this was available on websites, a casual fan could not have created a Coinbase account, get verified, figure out how to buy Solana, which is a chore itself, to then purchase a meme coin, which is literally impossible. This process takes hours, sometimes days. This targeted my fans to only have them point and laugh at the absurdity of the character, the video, and the idea that anyone would trust me for crypto advice. I did, however, want to target crypto bros who play with meme coins all day, every day. Looking at the wallets that bought and sold this coin, it's clear that is the only people who played with this coin, many of them holding tens of millions of Ethereum and Bitcoin. They wouldn't miss the tens of dollars they might have lost, but many more made money than lost, it appears. Regardless, I still believe those same crypto guys might find value in this coin and community, and I hope they do. Blah blah blah. I still think a meme coin can be funny and amusing distraction for people who have far more money than they know what to do with, and I hope we can continue to F around with this dumb ass coin. Final point from Optimus. Ultimately, why did I do this? Because Boogie is a liar. He's a conniver. He plays victim to make people go easy on him, and when it comes to ripping off people, the last ones who actually give a shit about your career, that's just unacceptable. This douche deserves everything he's getting. So the video at the start came out after this Twitter thread with all those tweets, all that evidence showing that Boogie will gaslight, he will distort, he will deflect, he will project, he'll ignore his own hypocrisy to drive home points that don't really resonate, all under the guise of, but the commentary community don't get the joke. They got the joke. We all understood the joke. But we also understood you had some intention. You had cited that the money you received for promoting this would go on medication for cancer treatment. As you pointed out in this tweet, 500 of the 5,000 was spent on, I don't even know what that word is. Another 1,000 went to pay debts, 160 on new meds they want to try, 500 on medical debts, 550 to restart my insurance. The rest is set aside for a colonoscopy, bone density test, and a bone marrow biopsy. But yes, 500 was spent on weight loss meds. As with polycythemia, I don't know what that is, I'm afraid, will help reduce the risk of stroke or heart attack. Now, this is where people have said you're contradicting yourself by having all these things go on at once, but not actually tackling the original thing you said you were going to do. In the age we live in, rather than simply stating what you had spent the money on, the best option you have is proving it. Receipt. The court of public opinion in your own replies are calling you a liar, and they're not going to stop, because many now believe, and some of them were your fans, that you've scammed them. And I just want to go back to Metica, because there is a clip from his stream lambasting you for using cancer as a scapegoat, and that's how I'm going to finish this video.
And it's supposed to be excusable because you've fallen on hard times. Well, you're not the only one, that's fallen on hard times. And this is why this particularly pisses me off, Boogie. So let me try to explain this before we get into it, because you might be wondering, why do I sound somewhat angry about this? Because I'm dying, you Because I actually have cancer and I'm dying from it. And throughout all of that, I haven't screwed my audience. I didn't do a crypto scam, Boogie.